Did you know that you're more bacteria than you are human? That's because hundreds of different types of cells are hard at work to do the extraordinary feats of everyday life. Like the epithelial cells that line your body and prevent bacteria and other liquids from seeping through. They also allow liquids like sweat to pass through. Think of it like a spray bottle that can spray liquid out, but it can't suck it back up. Or what about the muscle cells in your body? They would allow you to pick up anything from a notebook to a heavy grocery bag or even move. Another example are the red blood cells that carry hemoglobin from our bloodstream all around our body. In total, the average person has around 32 trillion cells in their entire body. But I should clarify, that's 32 trillion human cells. There's also about 38 trillion bacterial cells that reside in our bodies. Technically, that makes us more bacterial cells than human. The human microbiome as a concept wasn't discovered until the 21st century. Prior to that, scientists had a very limited understanding, although people had been using bacteria for centuries already to make things like beer, bread, yogurt, and kimchi. But knowing something exists and knowing how or why it exists is a very different thing. For example, until shockingly recently, if you would have told me Wi-Fi is powered by electric eels, I probably would have believed you, because I didn't know anything about how Wi-Fi worked. But once we know how something works, we can apply it to broader applications. Another example of bacteria in action is from the Black Plague, or the bubonic plague, which was caused by a bacterial infection from Yersinia persistens and is estimated to have killed anywhere from 25 to 75 million people. It was spread by rats, mice, and fleas that had been exposed to contaminated feces from poor sanitation systems. One symptom of the bubonic plague was diarrhea. Feces from infected individuals would commonly be discarded onto streets, where animals like mice, rats, and fleas would then become carriers of the bacteria and carry the disease onto new carriers, and so on and so forth. All this to say, the discovery of human microbiomes and the realization that not all bacteria were harmful sparked the creation of new diets, supplements, research, and the like that are still being come up with today. So what exactly are microbiomes? Defined by John Whipps in 1988, a microbiome is a characteristic microbial community occupying a reasonably well-defined habitat which has distinct physiochemical properties. And although the one in your gut is getting a lot of attention, anywhere there are more than one type of bacteria, there's a microbiome. That includes the surface of your eye, your skin and your blood, your mouth, ears, and most notably, the gut. While most areas like the eyes, nose, and ears have consistent bacterial populations, what you put into them can have profound effects. Similarly, what you ingest also has broad-scale effects. Another difference between the microbiomes is the amount of nerve endings. Nerve endings are the fibers that are there to detect changes in the environment. They pick up things like sensations, stimulations, things that the naked eye couldn't see. Your skin and ears and mouth can have anywhere from thousands to tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of nerve endings. However, your gut is home to over 100 million of them. And so, in a way, to understand ourselves, we have to understand the trillions of tiny little passengers that ride along with us every day. These microbes don't just coexist, they shape how we digest food, fight off disease, even how we feel. The discovery of the human microbiome opened a door to seeing the body not just as a human machine, but as a complex ecosystem. So next time you're thinking about what makes you, you, just remember, it's not just your human cells doing the work. You're part human, part bacteria, and 100% awesome.